Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to Franklin County's Public Safety Complex and Public Safety Building here. We welcome you on this great occasion. So to start off with our program this morning, I think it's very fitting that we ask Pastor John Absada from the First Christian Church to step forward and give us a prayer to start our day as well as bless our building. Thank you.
Let's pray now for our community, for this building, and for those who serve here. Gracious, loving God, we come with hearts that are full of joy this morning, for we come to celebrate this new space that has been built for the common good. It's been built for the people of Franklin County, that those who serve us in these very important ways have a new home, a place that they can do their work in comfort, a place where they can come back to after they've been out in the field doing hard labor on our behalf. We are grateful for all of them, and we're grateful for this space, for those who worked on it, who designed it, who laid the brick and put up the drywall, and for all those who will walk through these doors, that you might keep us centered in your love, that we might be your people, and that this place might be a place for the common good. We thank you for our sheriff and for all of those who work with him. We thank you for our coroner. We thank you for our county clerk and for all that work with him. Bless them in their leadership and those who work for them and with them on our behalf. We pray this in the name of the one who I worship, Jesus Christ. Amen.
At this time, I'd like for all of you to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wow, it's good to see so many people here. Hey, Pat, we see how many we can get in here now, right? This is awesome. We weren't sure how many we could get in here, but we know now. Once again, welcome everybody. This project started back in maybe, I think Robert was about January, February of this year. Yes. And it is, to say the least, has been difficult. It hasn't been easy in any way whatsoever. Judge Barton, I see that you're here. As you know from our seats, lots of meetings, lots of discussion, lots of decisions, and always trying to keep the taxpayers in mind and saving money. And it's not easy. But we have done it. We've made it to this day, and we're very proud of this day. Now let me say this. This day would not have happened had it not been for Robert Hewitt. Robert's title is Planning and Zoning Director, but he really has I'm not going to say a subtitle, but actually another title, and that is Contract Manager. Robert has made sure that 2 buildings on this campus, on this one street on Derbyshire right here, from River Bend back to Devil's Hollow, have been built on time and right close, the best we could, on budget as well. So it is amazing. We built a $2 million fire station behind us, and we finalized it the other day, and it looks like we're maybe at the most $50,000 over budget on a $2 million budget. That's awesome, and that's because of Robert. I know this hasn't been easy, Robert, and I want to say this. Because of what Robert has done, and this is on the low end, had we hired a construction manager for both of these projects, we would have paid at least $300,000 more to have this done. And because we have Robert, we've saved at least that amount. Robert, I just can't say enough praise and thank you for all that you've done. And ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to Mr. Robert.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Judge Wells, thank you so much for your kind words. As Planning and Building Codes Director, the fiscal courts bestowed upon me the responsibility to construct these two facilities on this beautiful campus. It was a responsibility that I took to the highest degree. There was a lot of coordination involved, a lot of effort, a lot of extra time put into this. And I'm proud to have taken on that challenge. And I hope that I can make the county and the constituents proud of what we've accomplished. The concept for this facility and this campus as a whole really began back in 2010 when the construction of the new Judicial Center downtown began. The Sheriff's Office had been in that facility for decades, and at that time we realized that we needed to find a new home. We didn't know where to go, but we did go to a temporary facility along with AOC out to see Michael Davenport. The facility plan and the study of the needs and the requirements of the Office of the Sheriff truly began back in 2012. We began an extensive search of available properties within the community, what best suited the needs of the Sheriff for access, space, and security. We also began working directly with the coroner at that time to ensure that we could have a comprehensive facility that would house both offices, that they could call home and be somewhere permanently. Since 2010, the Office of the Sheriff has moved 2 separate times. Now, I don't know how long you've lived in your home, but I've been in mine for 13 years, and move to that place was difficult enough. I couldn't imagine moving an entire constitutional office twice. But they managed that, and they've been sports through it all. This project has truly been a team effort through all of Franklin County, all the constitutional offices, and all the departments that were involved. And I want to take just a moment to call out those departments and individuals specifically who played a major role in this. First of all, Rick Rogers with the Franklin County Regional Jail and his deputy Scott Knight for all the assistance they provided. John Mitchell with the Road Department. Jeremy Colston in the Maintenance Department. Fire Chief Hutcherson with the Franklin County Fire Department, and Ann Northcutt with our Community Development and Grant Specialist. Without the team effort, this facility could not have happened. The Building Committee played a major role in this. They spent numerous hours in multiple regular meetings as well as special meetings going over the details for an extremely long time, because it's difficult to bring 3 constitutional offices together, but they did it. That committee consisted of Judge Wells, Magistrate Lambert Moore, and then Magistrate Fred Goins. So I want to thank them for all their efforts and their patience and understanding through this process. So you deserve a round of applause yourselves. And then lastly, I would like to thank the contractors that we had on this job. Churchill McGee was our general contractor. They're based out of Lexington, Kentucky. Jeff Griffith was the project manager on behalf of Churchill, and their superintendents were both Kyle Thacker and Daryl Motley. Our local companies that worked directly on this project include Allison Collins Glass, McAllen Solutions, who worked on our IT and telephones, and Liberty Telephone, who worked on security systems. In closing, I would like to say to both the sheriff, the coroner, and to the county clerk that welcome to your new home. And I hope you're here for 50 plus years, and that while it was fun, let's not do this again in any amount of time. You know, we didn't have problems on this job. We had opportunities, and that's what I told the contractors every day. This is an opportunity, and we're going to work through it. This is a beautiful facility. This is a permanent facility, and I'm proud to be a part of it. Thank you.
I'd like at this time to recognize some of the dignitaries that are here today. Julian, if you just stand and let's let all of you stand up, and then we'll give you a round of applause. If I miss somebody, please point them out, as I want to try to catch all the elected officials and recognize you. Julian Carroll, our senator. Derek Graham, our representative. Teresa Barton, our former judge. Is Rick Harp here? Somebody here from Farmers Bank? Okay, Rick in name only, okay. Mike Herod, former coroner. Rick Sparks. John Sauer from the city. Anybody else here that's an elected official? Okay, let's do our magistrates. I was going to do them another time. We'll go on and do our magistrates at this time. Fred Goins, Michael Turner, Marty Booth, Lambert Moore, Scotty Tracy. Do we have is everybody? Don Sturgeon, I'm sorry, I was looking for you. I was going to talk about you in a minute. As they talk about 50 years, Don, I don't think we'll be here 50 years from now. Let's give them a round of applause. They helped us all. Thank you. At this time, we're going to recognize our constitutional officers, and the first I want to recognize has said he doesn't need to speak, but we do need to recognize, as part of this building, this is for 3 constitutional officers. It has always been, originally, we called it the multi-purpose building because it is multi-purpose. But we have now changed it to the public safety building, i.e., as you will see, sheriff's office. That's the way to call it. But Judge Barton, you know this as well as anybody. For years, it has been said we need an area for our voting machines. And that is so true. When you see, not for any reason other than it's just an old dilapidated building, where our voting machines have been held, and you compare it to what you're going to see here in a few minutes, you'll say, wow, there's a huge difference. And it's been a priority all along that we make sure that our voting machines are taken care of in a climate-controlled facility, in a secure facility, and we have that here. So I want to introduce, and he doesn't want to say anything, but I do want to introduce our county clerk, Jeff Hancock. Next, these 2 people have, we say, and I hope you will say when you leave here, if not the finest, one of, if not top 2 or 3 finest facilities in the state. Our coroner's office is second to none. And as you see this building, you will see this is second to none. And we're proud of that. And I'm going to ask at this time Will Herod to come forward, and then after him, Sheriff Melton will follow. So Will Herod, our county coroner, please come forward.
Thank you, Judge. Today marks a milestone in the history of the Commonwealth, the capital city, and Franklin County. Standing before you today as your coroner of Franklin County, it is with great honor and privilege to represent the many men who have held this office before me. From Dr. W.H. Fithian, who was elected coroner in 1880, to Coroner M. Mayer, who investigated the infamous and unfortunate assassination of Governor William Goebel in 1900. My grandfather, Leon Herod, who served coroner for 18 years and also as sheriff. He would be proud of this building. To my predecessor, with a record 40 years, my mentor, my father, Michael Herod. Dad, thank you. As your coroner, it is with privilege and honor to present to you this new establishment on behalf of all the noble court members and all the past esteemed coroners. It is with this facility we will be equipped to streamline investigations, continue to meet the needs of the families stricken by grief with compassion and respect well into the future. It is quite the humbling and comforting experience to know that present and future cases will rest safe and soundly in this new home. It is with gratitude that we are extremely proud to have the opportunity that this facility allows us. We can aim higher to be a model agency and exemplify agencies alike across the Commonwealth. We pledge to continue to serve with honor, integrity, and compassion, and endure our professional working relations with all other agencies. At this time, I would like to extend a personal thank you to my deputies, Kelly Adams and John Cook, for their dedicated and hard work, to my family for all the support they have provided me over the many years. I would also like to thank at this time our magistrates, our county judge. Without all of you, none of this would be possible. Thank you.
Sheriff Pat Melton.
Thank you, Judge. I want to recognize a few folks. First of all, I want to thank you for coming and being here today and being part of this special day for us, for me and Will and Jeff and the rest of the fiscal court and county government. Our Chief Circuit Judge, Philip Shepard, is here, and the Chief District Judge, Kathy Manget, is here. Thank you all for coming and attending. Also, we have with us today the Chief of FPD and his command staff, Chief Jeff Abrams and Major Warfel and Richardson. Also, Post 12 Commander Jerry Wise, our partners here in the county that we work with on a daily basis. Thank you all for coming. Captain Walter Martin as well. Also, they do a fantastic job, and teamwork is paramount in this business. Also, Franklin County Fire Department, there's several of the crews are here. Thank you guys for your continued support, and we love working with you every day. You do a fantastic job for citizens of Franklin County. Thank you. My staff, Tracy Tincher, my bookkeeper, office manager, Lieutenant Shane Wise, our Lieutenant Shane Weber, Ann Bohannon, our clerk and the backbone and our right arm. Detective Riley Kennedy's in here. My Chief Deputy, Major Alvin Cummins. What about more of my staff? Are they in here or are they out working? Mary Jo Sullivan, she's the one that keeps me in line. And Jerry, you guys know her well. She spent 30 years at KSP taking care of those guys, and I don't know what I'd do without her. So thank you. But first and foremost, I want to thank you guys for coming to the open house today at our Franklin County Public Safety Facility. This would not have been possible without the foresight of Judge Houston Wells as well as the magistrates. I also want to thank Senator Carroll and Representative Graham for coming and for your continued support of the Franklin County Sheriff's Office and the citizens that you so proudly serve and do a great job for. We appreciate that. Once this journey began, Robert Hewitt, our Director of Planning and Zoning, began the task of ensuring everything was completed and done correctly, and to make this possible. Robert, we appreciate everything you did. Also, Robert Hewitt saved fiscal court and taxpayers several thousands and thousands of dollars as he oversaw and was the project manager on this project for county government, and saved a lot of taxpayer money for this. I might add that the renovation was completed before the due date, so we were in before we were supposed to be. Good work, Robert and Churchill McGee. I also want to thank Jerry Taylor, the architect, for his vision and hard work, and also the Churchill McGee and the contractor on this and his project and his team. Y'all did a fantastic job. Thank you.
Pat, could we just have Kyle and Jeff hold up their hands?
Yeah, Kyle and Jeff, those guys did this. And I cannot, in good conscience, forget to mention Scott Knight from the Franklin County Regional Jail and his crew of guys. They've been absolutely fantastic and we wouldn't be here today without Scott Knight. And I want to thank Rick Rogers, and I talked to him on the phone earlier. He's at training in, I think they're in Bowling Green this year. He's coming back this afternoon, but talked to him and thanked him again for the endless hours they've spent here and behind the scenes and helping us get us settled. Also, Jeremy Costin and his crew, Bobby Cottle, Fred Smith, and Mark Pauley, who also diligently helped to make this happen today and get everything ready. So, Jeremy, thank you, and Mark and you guys, great work. In his vision and for his innovation in the public safety facility, Judge Wells had the foresight, and because of its citizens, and because of his foresight, the citizens are going to see a better service, or even better service than what you get now from its first responders. Some of the features of this facility includes a new interview room and observation room where detectives, investigators, and child forensic experts will actually do interviews and help with cases and enhance those cases. It's got the equipment in it to do a fantastic job. It's state of the art in that room. Also, our evidence room, we can now get accredited, and we've been operating under accredited policy and procedures, but now it's time to move forward and achieve the accreditation. We've been waiting on a permanent home and a facility to do that. What that means to the layperson is the standard operating procedures that we operate on are up here, and they're consistent across the state and across our Commonwealth through the International Association of Chiefs of Police and Kentucky Association of Chiefs of Police on how we do business. So that is very significant. It's going to wind up saving about 5% of taxpayers' money on liability insurance that the court pays for the sheriff's office. So we're very, very excited about that. Our training room, which you're in now, this is going to be Franklin County's public safety training facility. As you can see, we still got whiteboards to add, but we can host about 60 people in here. And what that means for you as a taxpayer is you're going to get even better service by better training. The more training we host, the more training we have here, our people get to go for free, number one. But again, the continuing education and professional development is huge, not only for the sheriff's office, but for the road department, for fiscal court, for the coroner's office, for the clerk's office, and hopefully we'll be hosting a lot of different things, the fire department, but we've got a first-class facility now to host training and to train and better educate and better prepare for the future and whatever it holds for us. Those are some neat things. Also, our public service area as you walk in. As you know, we're going to send you a little love note here on the 14th. It's that time of the year, so we'll start collecting taxes on the 17th. So be prepared for that. But we've got a great public service interaction area here. Security has been very well thought out in this building. We've all worked together to do that and to make sure that it's laid out appropriately and that it is a secure facility. It's a hardened target, if you would. And your business that's done here is secure and safe. And I think that's huge for not only my office, but the coroner's office, for the integrity of the voting machines. And we've ensured the integrity of each constitutional officer and our holdings and what's here and what's being done here. So that's a neat, unique thing about this. But having the vision, Judge, to have a multi-use facility and doing that was fantastic. I can't thank the court enough. We're going to take you on a tour. We've also got, from KCO, we've got the Milo machine that's here. We've got it set up downstairs. So you're going to actually get to go. We're going to run some of you through that if you'd like to. And you can justify why your actions and what you did, because we have to do that every day when we're before the courts and the public. And we're going to give you an opportunity to run you through that, let you learn. And that's just an additional training that we do. As well as firearms, it's decision making and articulating that. So we're going to take you on a tour. The building is open. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for supporting us. And as always, my men and women are here to provide the best service that we can for this community and our partnerships. And all our partners are here today, and I appreciate that a bunch. Thank you all very much. Oh, my mom, it's her birthday. Happy birthday. And my wife, Lindsay, and Judge Wells' wife, Paul, is here. They're sitting together up front next to Governor Carroll. So thank you all for your support.
I know you can see, but this building is not 100% complete. As the sheriff said, already this whole week people have been coming into the office. I'm here to pay my taxes. That's pretty cool, except they don't have their tax bills yet. So all the ladies said, just wait, just wait, just wait. But the tax bills are coming out, and so we thought imperative if we were going to set a date that we get it set before the tax and moved in and set up before the tax bills come out, and then we get kind of the kinks out. Now there are going to be kinks. As you notice outside there are several things to do, and we know that. If you notice next door, you probably walk by that, it's actually, this building was set up as two different buildings. And this was going to be I think it did establish a restaurant next door. And we're going to use that as a fitness center for all employees in Franklin County, and especially the fire department back here, as well as the sheriff's office. And Pat, I'll tell you what, I'll challenge you on working out in that facility. How's that? But as you walk around today, I want you to realize, and you will quickly see that this building isn't totally complete. You'll see some things that Jeff and Kyle from Churchill McGee, they know. They're working on it. We haven't gone through the punch list completely yet, so just bear with us. Understand that this building is always going to be worked on in some way or another. Something's going to be done with it, but we're not complete. But we're so happy that you're here today. As part of a new building, it is a great honor. I mean, a terrific honor. And Don Sturgeon was telling me earlier that his name, because of his age, I think, is on more buildings than any place in Franklin County. And so we're going to add another one, Squire Sturgeon, with your name on it. And I would like the magistrates all to come up. If you would, come on up. And I'll ask you to unveil whomever wants to. Actually, probably the best way to do it would be Lambert and Fred, since you were on the committee, to unveil the plaque for us. Fred, Lambert, would you unveil the plaque for us? We are so proud of this building, and I hope you are too. As taxpayers, I hope you realize that this is your building. This is for you, and it's here to serve you. So as part of that fixing up and that outside, I do want you to know that there will be we're working on a beautiful sign down here on the corner that will say Public Safety Complex. It will recognize this building as well as the fire station. There will also be another sign out by a new sign at the fire station. By the way, it's called the River Bend Fire Station, and it will recognize that too.
So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is the one where you're going to cut the ribbon. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, we have to get that down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is where we cut. 1, 2, and 3.
Hey, Pat, you're all like me.
He's just quick.
Good job, everybody. Pat, will you and Will organize the groups?